Peace, love, and cheers. Namaste. Vibrating the highest frequency of love and light to all those fellow free thinkers, light workers, indigo children, Mandela affected community, and everyone else under the sun, and then some. Now we're outside. I just proved teleportation. No, I just had to pause the video. Because I was speaking indoors, but then I realized, oh, my aunt and fiance are still sleeping. It's Saturday. Probably should just step it outside. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day. I must say, right off the bat, the sun, you can kind of see the glimmer of it right there, off of the tip of the house. A lot of information today. I wanted to make this video. What am I making this video about? 5G. Let's talk about 5G. I'm sure everyone knows it's hard to escape that they are pushing it like crazy to the point where it feels like they're just gonna push on through. America, of course. Look at our food system alone. We are the lab rats in the industrial complex. Wants to push this 5G network further on through. I have no fear regarding the health implications, even if this 5G network does connect every corner of the country and then some. Am I an advocate for it? Of course not. I think it's horrid. I think to not show, or at least attempt to show, the health implications of it and inform the public is, of course, an injustice. But I feel, family of light, fellow light workers, free thinkers, indigos, Mandela-affected community, I know in my heart that one power we really have being on this path is being able to transmute, being an alchemist in real timing. So do not bewilder yourself if you are educating yourself on the health implications of 5G, let alone the obvious Orwellian next step forward in this whole monolithic, megalithic empire we've ever had in human history, called the American government. I don't have fear with it. Most would think you're crazy. That's okay. I think most people are crazy. And I feel like that's part of our advancement. If thoughts truly create our reality, and you have no fear towards it, well, guess what? They push, we pull. If we resist their push, then that wastes energy on our natural pull. I know, that's a weird analogy. Still waking up. So a shout out to Wisdom's Wild Card. I've seen a few of her videos and she had me thinking about the 5G network. She didn't bring up the 5G network at all, but she did have a video called Programming 101 that really resonated. Like all her videos resonate, but this one talked about how there's embedded in the lyrics of a lot of mainstream music, there's a lot of mind control that takes place. There's a lot of spells that are cast. And for me, I made a video a few days back or whatever, venting about how the frequency and just the sound alone of most mainstream media and music reacts to my body in my physiology in such a negative way. It makes me think of, and my first name is Thomas, and one thing I do, we aren't our names, but with that name, I'm the doubter, Healthy doubt and skepticism to everything. Having said that, there was once a channeler by the name of Cryon who once mentioned how as time goes on and we recognize, as Wisdom Wildcard would say, that the light within us that's reawakening, we are going to be able to be our own doctors, to be our own nurse. We are going to be able to re-tap into our healing capacities, which is truly our birthright. To be an empath, to be psychic, to be able to have your third eye open with true healthy equilibrium amidst of all 7 chakras, if you will. This is our birthright. Not being told since K through 12 education to sit down, shut up, and don't daydream. Even though doing that at a young age is part of our inherent code and birthright to co-create the reality that we know we all want to co-create. Like in a peace psychology class, John Lennon's song Imagine, we all had to write what we got out of that song and put our own ideas forward of what that world is John Lennon describes in that song. And then afterwards we got together in groups of 5 to 7 and we all discussed in these groups, and then later all together as a class, on the similarities we found, or the similar things that we were all saying, and also talking about the unique contrast that every single one of us contributed towards what that world would be. To take it to the next level is to know it unapologetically through imagination, through visualization. And having said that, being that it's official, the center of the summer solstice, cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius, I am a quarter of a century old now, I can't help but think of John Lennon's song, the other one, Working Class Hero. He was definitely a childhood hero of mine. John Lennon, Working Class Hero. As soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. And of course, the good old lyric, for 20 odd years. Wait, they hurt you and scared you for 20 odd years, and then they expect you to pick a career. Funny thing for me is I've been pursuing my career the entire time, only had a real job, quote unquote, once or twice for maybe 3 months or so, just to do what I needed to do at the time. And I find, as I'm sure you as well, fellow light workers, that your confirmation that you're on the right path becomes verified when the majority of people just don't get it. And I mean that with full, utmost love and compassion. Because if the majority of people did not get it, then I guess the minority of us that are growing rapidly, we wanted to be where we're at. The crescendo point is reached. One thing I like about it, since 2016, it might have been 2015. Now time is less linear to me. Since the Mandela effect, this time of year in the winter solstice, it's so cleansing, it's so refreshing, it's so beautiful. And like I said, there is so much information in the light today. Love your sun. Gaze at it for a minute. You'd be surprised.